possible chance of throwing the dice, getting some attention toward yourself, good or bad.
Deaton told us he'd been living out of his car for the last few weeks. Jackie Benson, News 4.
I was living out of my van a lot longer. So, yeah.
Also vandalized the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. A wreath that had been laid at the wall was burned, as well as one of the name directories there. Officials are working to replace the directory as soon as possible, but they say it's not the first case of vandalism at the Vietnam.
But in the last 3 or 4 years, we've had just
I need to know what panel that was.
either accidental or malicious in that, but certainly we'd like to nip it in the bud and make certain that the sanctity that's offered here and the sacrifice that's represented here is measured and valued by everyone.
U.S. Park Police are handling the investigation. Detectives don't believe this case is linked to what happened at the Washington Monument.
Some tense moments today in the district.
Yeah, I need to know what panel that was near. I'm going to have to Google that as soon as I can.
Hazmat crews went to New York Avenue and 14th Street in Northwest to Southwest Drive and
But yeah, the guy that painted the Washington Memorial, I honestly don't care if he did that.
Police found drugs at the scene. We're working to find out more details in Southwest.
New York and 14th. Oh, wow.
Suspicious suitcase too. Well, more legal
Wow.
tonight for former President Donald
Damn.
Trump and his
Everything happens in D.C. and I don't get to be there. You know, the Duties Live videos, you know? Sucks.
Harris is tracking the latest developments for us at the live desk.
There have been plenty of developments, Jim and Doreen. Well, the former president and his family are facing a new lawsuit that was filed in New York. An appeals court has made a ruling in connection with the FBI's raid last month at Trump's...
Oh, it would be nice if I can get my GoFundMe link posted to these, or somehow explain my situation on a public forum like this.
About 100
You know?
of the 11,000 documents found were listed as classified. The DOJ can now move forward to determine if those documents were mishandled or compromised. Now, earlier in New York, the Attorney General filed a...
I'm sure they were, but...
His 3 oldest children and the organization allegedly seeking $250 in damages.
Oh, wow.
22-page suit details allegations that the former president defrauded lenders and insurers for more than a decade in a scheme to inflate his personal net worth by billions of dollars.
No, he didn't.
Claiming you have
No, he
money
didn't.
that you do not have does not amount to the art of the deal.
Wow.
It's the art
They're
of
just trying to...
Mr. Trump is calling that lawsuit in New York a witch hunt, and he is now using it to try and drum up fundraising dollars. An email from the Trump team was sent out asking for support during the lawsuit. The link takes you to a donation page. That's it from the live desk at the newsroom here. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Leon, thank you.
We have an update now. Some new video on a race-related attack against a woman of Asian descent near McPherson Square. D.C. police have released this surveillance video of the August incident on 15th Street near I Street in Northwest. The victim tells News 4 she was walking with a friend when a man became angry they would not engage with him. She says he yelled racial slurs at them and threatened them with a knife. They told police he threw a brick through their car window as they tried to get away from him. Call D.C. police if you think you might...
They're going to make that a racial... That is not a racial thing. The guy's just mentally unstable.
Multiple attacks against homeless people earlier this year in the district. Gerald Brevard III now facing more than a dozen charges, including first-degree murder in connection with the attacks back in March. One of the homeless men died after police say Brevard shot and stabbed him. The indictment also alleges that the attacks were bias-related, which means the sentence could be greater if Brevard is convicted.
Oh, thank God they got him.
Changes to improve safety.
Oh, thank goodness.
Sporting events.
I'm glad I wasn't homeless in D.C. at the time. I didn't even know about this. I really didn't. I mean, I think my girlfriend told me something very similar.
These new restrictions take effect right now. Students that participate in schools must have a ticket and student ID. Other school-age spectators have to be with an adult chaperone. Now, students and spectators are not allowed on the sidelines, and no entry after halftime and no re-entry. If the violence continues, it's possible no spectators will be allowed at school games.
New tonight on
That's messed up.
arrested a California woman in a lottery ticket scam. 54-year-old Daisy Castillo Badillo is accused of stealing $14,000 from a Montgomery County woman. Police say that Badillo and two others convinced a woman to withdraw money from her bank account to help them claim a winning lottery ticket. Badillo is facing theft by deception charges. The other two suspects have not been identified.
Why does she look familiar? Like I seen her around somewhere.
Urging them to come forward.
Like I seen her somewhere.
Violence cases is falling across the country as well as here in our region. The D.C. Health Department is reporting just 13 new cases between September 5th and the 15th. That's the time period where
Don't care about that. Stop selling fear.
33
Stop the fear selling.
10-day period prior.
That's all I gotta say. Just stop selling fear.
Also seen a drop in cases. Commonwealth has 41 cases as of September 9th. That's down from 48 cases in the week before. Maryland does not track its cases over time. Experts
Good.
attribute much of the decline to conscious changes in behavior for those most at risk for monkeypox.
Who cares?
All month long, we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month.
Tonight, Telemundo 44 and NBC4 hosted a special Hispanic Heritage reception. Nearly 100 community leaders were there for tonight's event.
That Tyson's Corner.
Presentations were made. M&T Bank presented a check to Capital Area Asset Builders, and the Washington Regional Transplant Community presented a check to the Bolsas de Amor, or Bags of Love. NBC4
Why can't they help me out?
44 President and General Manager Jackie Bradford was at tonight's event to touch on the importance of the Hispanic community.
But, you know, I just will say...
Yeah, it's Tyson's, I think.
NBC will tell us...
Why are they using Tyson's Corner? No, maybe not.
You can find more of our coverage of Hispanic Heritage Month right now on NBC Washington.
Look at all that. They're just like fucking taking all that money and buying all sorts of.
When we come right back on
Don't they
this
understand that
problem so extensive, so serious,
rich people
it's
problems?
funny. This homeowner can't even put it into words.
Find the mud. It's a mess.
We take you inside a woman's fight to keep a mudslide from destroying her home.
And we're following breaking news in the January 6th.
She probably just want to get on TV so that way, you know, somebody's gonna come forward and like give her free help. But yet, it just frustrates me because I can't even get $1 sometimes. Sucks.
Much cooler temperatures tomorrow, and the umbrella